morning, everyone. Today we'll do Metasploit framework. I'll tell you about the basics, and then we will go over some live examples. Let's start with Metasploit framework. So, what is it? So, it's a tool that's used by hackers to exploit system vulnerabilities on networks and servers. It's an open source framework, so it can easily be customized and used with most operating systems. So with this, the a team can use ready-made code and introduce it to a network and exploit it for weak spots. So you have already made exploits and you use it to um, go over some weak spots. So we start Metasploit by using MSF console. So this opens the framework. So the benefits of using this framework, that it's within Metasploit itself. So it has a console. So you can even use nmap commands inside MSF console. You can use ping commands, etc. I'll just show you how. So for example, you want to ping Google, which is the Google's DNS. So as you can see, from inside MSF console only you can ping hosts. So for example, you were trying to exploit a virtual machine, and you want to do an nmap scan on that machine to find the ports which you want to find the ports. So you can just do inside of MSF console instead of opening a new tab and then searching for ports. So next is MSF. So and by There's one more thing that you can run MSF console without showing up this banner. This banner can be removed by when you when you try to open it, MSF console with this -q. So this will remove the banner from coming. And then I'll show you the help command. So this command is basically going to tell you what all you can do inside of the MSF console. This is part of the exploitation part of ethical hacking. So we've done with reconnaissance. Now we have got the information by using nmap, whatever ports are vulnerable on that virtual machine. Now we'll try to exploit those by using MSF console. So now, for example, I'll just show you. I have my Metasploitable over here. So I'll do ifconfig to find my IP for this Metasploit. So my IP is 192.168.0.110. So I'll just let's just ping my Metasploitable machine. So 10. Yeah, so it seems to respond to ping. So now we'll try to do an nmap scan on it inside MSF console. So nmap, put the IP, and let me nmap. Let's search for a specific port by using P, let's say 21. So let's remove the ports also, 192.168.0. Okay, it needs sudo privileges, so we'll add sudo. So it got us all the ports which are open on this Metasploit. So now we can use, for example, we want to find more, want to exploit using this FTP port. Okay, so now we'll go on to the other commands in MSF console itself. So some of those commands, let's go by the search command. So first we'll find out which version of FTP is running on this port. Okay, so for that we'll use the nmaps command, which we did yesterday. Is nmap, which is that nmap sv, which is software version. So we'll use it to find on the specific port 21 for the host my Metasploitable machine. Okay, it's a okay. So it found that the version of FTP running is VSFTPD 2.3.4. Okay, I copy this and then I'll try to search inside Metasploit framework. So I'll use the search command. I put the FTPD, right? The same thing which I found. Wait, if it's not visible properly, just a second. Here, see, I did search VSF TPD 2.3.4. So it looked for modules inside. It found an exploit here. This backdoor, it says excellent, so that means it must be vulnerable, right? So this is how we find a search for a exploit using the search command. Now let me just, okay. The next command is the set command. Okay. So okay, first I'll tell you the use command. Now we have found an exploit, right? Now how do we apply it? Like how do we use this exploit? So for that we'll just copy this whole name. Then I'll use and the name of the exploit. Okay. So now I use this. It said no payload configured because you need to specify a payload. So I'll just after we have set the exploit. Now we are using this exploit, which is this VSFTPD backdoor. Now I'll just show you all the payloads which I can use along with this. So there's only one payload which I can use with this exploit. So what basically a payload is, there must be another, like it could, this VSFTPD could be on a Windows machine, it could be on a Linux machine. So they have different payloads for that. Basically it will configure it automatically by default. You don't need to do anything at this point. You only use the exploit. After setting the exploit, there are different commands for setting. Okay, so for that we'll use the command show options. This basically will do for the exploit you have selected. It will show you the other options which you can specify for this. Like other options for this exploit, you have to specify. For example, the R host. So that is the target host, which is my Metasploitable. So what is Metasploitable? It's a virtual machine. Okay, it's virtual machine which is deliberately it is vulnerable using the old software and services which have exploits which are vulnerable. So we are trying to just practice attacking those vulnerable machines. So here I did the nmap command with SS. Okay, so it found out all the ports which are open on my Metasploitable machine. This is the Metasploitable IP.
Yes.
Okay, we found there's one port FTP open, so I know it's 21. Okay, now I will do nmap SV, which is software version on the port 21 and the IP, right? So after when I did this nmap with SV with specifying the port, it got me the port number, the service, and the version. Okay, then I did the command search and the exploit version, right? VSFTPD 2.3.4. So when I found this, I got the exploit name here after doing search, right?
Yes.
So I copy this exploit name. I use the exploit. So I have the exploit now. I have to use this exploit. Use space the exploit name which I just copied from here. So now we have this exploit ready. So yeah, so I was telling about the RHost thing. So RHost is the IP of the virtual machine which I am going to exploit, the target host. So now I know the IP, so I have to set this. There's the current setting here is empty, as you can see. So I have to set this. So for that, I'll just do set space rhost. So basically, whatever I did here, the name rhost, and now I'll just write my IP. So it says rhost has been selected to this IP. Right. So now I just need to tell you about show options again. As you can see now, the setting has been set rhost after using the command set rhost. So it has been set. Now the next part is the targets. Okay, so if you're not certain whether an operating system is vulnerable, like if you don't know if it's vulnerable to an exploit, you can do show targets to see what all targets are exploitable. So for this specific exploit, there's no targets, but usually you'll find something like Windows here, like ID1 will be Windows, ID2 will be Linux or something like that. So you can specify which thing it is, like which operating system do you think it is vulnerable. Jeev will tell you more about this when he's gonna show you how to do it. And for all this, I'll share you links to more commands and everything in the chat box right now. But for this now, after this part, G will go over the live thing, so I'll not go over it. G will tell you how to actually exploit the machine. Not much, it's just the exploit command after this. Yeah, so that- now it's exploit completed, but no session was created, so G will go over.
So what just showed you is basically what we'll be doing. But the session, if any of you face no session was created, this thing error, please DM us because it happens often with the Metasploit framework. Sometimes it's random, sometimes it's because of the payload. But here we use the correct payload, still we got the error. So if any of you face this error, DM us. We'll try to figure it out. Right. So this is going to be the demonstration. So I want you guys to try this as well. So for the demonstration, I'll use a machine which is specifically designed for testing. So what Jasraj used was Metasploitable. That is a purposely vulnerable machine too to help you practice pen testing, to help you practice these exploits. So we're going to use another such machine here. It's hosted over the cloud on this website. It's a good website. I recommend you guys save this. All right. So the machine we're going to be using for this demonstration, it is called Basic Pen Testing One. Again, it is a purposely vulnerable machine. So what this is a website that hosts these machines on the cloud, so I can gain remote access. Now I'll open a message console till then. Great. So the machine is booting. Now to see if you guys understood this or not, you guys can try to exploit this too. All right. I'll copy the link and I'll share it to you guys in the chat. All right, so this is the domain. Again, like we taught you, Nmap works on domains as well as on IP. So the first thing we'll do is Nmap to get more information about this machine. Right, and then we'll find out about the services, the version it is running. So -SE for that. And then we'll use the T flag to speed things up. All right, so we can see these are the ports open, right? We know, so what we can do is check for exploits for each of the open ports. Since these ports are filtered, it means we cannot exploit them because there is a firewall. If there's a firewall, we cannot exploit it for now. But let's start with the first one. Let's try with the first one. We might not get it. We might. Let's see. So again, we'll use the search command to search if there is an exploit for this particular version. I'll copy this. And then I'll paste it. So there is an exploit for this particular service, which is FTP. So I can get more information about this particular module using info 0. 0 is the ID. You can use info exploit Unix, type the whole thing, or you can just do info 0. So this tells you the platform it works on, the language it was used, language used to create this particular exploit, the options that it requires, etc. It is always useful to get more information about the payload before you decide to use it. So again, let's use this particular payload. So now let's break this down a bit. Unix is the OS it will run on, or the operating system. FTP is the service it is using. So FTP, for example, if you look here, yeah, FTP is a service it is running. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol, by the way. It is used to share files. And at the last, this is the name of the particular exploit. So again, OS, service, and the name of the final exploit. So let's see all the parameters it requires. Right, it requires the R host, which is the target host. It requires R port, which is filled in by default because again, FTP uses 21 port by default. Now it does not need L host, but you will see that some exploits need R IP too, need the ports open on our machine too, and we don't for this exploit. So we need to enter the host IP. So let's check what the IP was. We had the domain name. We didn't have the IP. So we can ping to get the domain name, the IP. Sorry. All right. So this is the IP. I'll copy this. And so I need to set something for the R host, which is the target. I need to specify the target address because currently it's blank. So I'll do set. To enter anything, you do set R host. And then I'll paste this IP. All right. So now when I do show options again, the R host is set, the R port is set. You will see that it requires no further parameters. So basically, it is ready to exploit. We are ready to conduct the exploit on this particular vulnerable machine. Now, let's we don't require it for this machine, but we can for the targets. So let's just show targets. This doesn't show anything because it is only applicable for a specific machine. But if you use, let's say, a Windows exploit, so Windows Meterpreter reverse TCP, that is something you'll see often. So for the targets, you'll see multiple versions of Windows it can run on, right? Depending on the payload, depending on the model. So this can only run on this specific machine. We don't have any other targets to test it for. So we don't see anything under targets. But if you were to use, let's say, a Windows exploit, you would see Windows XP, Windows Pro, Windows 2000, etc. So find the show options. Everything is set. Now you can either use exploit or you can use run. It's a good habit to use check before exploit itself, but some commands, some modules do not support check. We'll run exploit. I forgot to choose the payload. So again, you can select all the payloads. You can see all the payloads using the show payloads command. There are around 7 for this exploit, but you'll find for Windows, like I say, the last one I saw had 500 exploits. So there are a lot of exploits or payloads for a particular module. You can choose any one of them. We can try them. Say, let's try the first one. So set payload 0. I'm using the ID. You can use the full thing as well. So the payload has been set. Show options again to confirm everything. Now this is my port. Now by default, the 4444 port is open on your machine. So what we are doing here is we're establishing a connection to this particular machine, this basic pen testing one. this machine. Via this exploit, we'll establish a network connection to this machine. And so to establish a network connection, we'll obviously need to specify our port as well. We have the L port, we have the R host, this is the target, and let's try exploiting now. All right. So when it shows you that a session has been opened, it means you are into the machine, you have successfully broken into the machine, you have full access to the machine now. All right, so you can do anything. So in order to see what privileges you have, for example, if you're a normal user or you're administrator, which means root, you'll either who my command, and I am root. So I am the administrator, you can say, and I can do anything I want. So L is to list all the items in this particular machine. So starting from here, these are all the directories or the files. Now there's a password file here. Again, this is specific to this VM. Point is, we have broken into the machine. We have full access to the machine, and we can do anything we want. So just for the sake of it, cat to display a file, to display the contents of the file, password. Now this is the password, which is the flag for this particular competition, the CTF. So normally you would enter the flag here, but we're not doing that for now because just wanted to demonstrate. So, all right. Since people have doubts in the exploit, I'll explain it once again. But after I explain this, we'll hold a sort of, let's say, mini competition among you guys. So all of you will enter into one room, and the first one to exploit it and get the password like I did will win. All right, something like that. But before that, I'll revise it once again. So let's start with basic pen testing again, I suppose. In the meantime, those who have understood how to do this, please go to this website and register. In fact, all of you, please register on this website. All right, so I'll show the exploit once again, but this is, yeah, let's see. So again, this is where it is hosted. So I'll copy this. I'll enter MSS console. I'll do nmap here. Oh my bad. -SE to get the versions the particular machine is running, the services version to help us find a better exploit. And -T flag to speed things up. 5 is the maximum, so we'll do it as fast as we can. This is the domain name, this is the target. All right, so there are 3 ports open. So that means we can try exploits on all 3 of them. Let's start with the first one, which is FTP port. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. So a backdoor on it is very common. A backdoor is basically a malicious payload that let's say the user of that system does not know about. For example, in Windows, which is taking an example, you could install a fake update, or you could install an update and that would have a backdoor to your machine, and you could execute remote commands. That is usually done through Metapreter reverse TCP, but more on that later. So again, we know the version it's using is ProFTPT 1.3.3c. I'll copy this. Using MSF console, I'll search for the command, or search for the exploit, sorry. So it has returned a single module for this particular version. So I'll use this module. Now let's see what all I have to specify. I have to specify the R host. The R port is specified by default because FTP uses 21 port. Unix is the OS. and FTP is again the service, and this is the particular exploit. Now, this is the IP. So I've set the target IP, which is our host, as this. This is the target IP. Our port is already specified. So I have specified the R host now. Now, if you try this on your own, which you should, and while running certain exploits, you'll come across L host and L port as well. So L host is your IP address, which you can get by config, and L port is the IP address. L port is a port which is open on your machine for listening to the connection. All right, so I'll do show options again. So I've set the R host, I've set the R port. Now let's see the payloads I can use. All right. So last time, these are all the payloads that are applicable to this particular for this particular module for this particular exploit, right? So last time we tried the first one. Let's mix things up and let's try the third one. All right. So use 3. We set that as we set payload 3. So I'm gonna set this as the payload. So I'm gonna use the third payload. Right. So let's try this payload. Let's see if it works. Now show options once again. Now I need to set the L host as well, which is so we did not need this for the previous exploit, but since this is a reverse connection, what this will do is it will establish a connection back to my machine, so I can remotely execute commands on the target machine. So let's see what our IP is. So let's do ifconfig. So this is my IP, right? I copy my IP. Just like I said, the R host, I'll set the L host as well. Now let's do show options once again. So the L host is set, the L port is set, and the R host and R port is set too. Now, L port, it fills in by default, but if you want to check which ports you can use for L port, you can do nmap on your own machine. So if I do nmap here, yeah, all my ports are closed. Wait. All right, all the ports are filtered, never mind. So this port by default should work. Let's try to exploit. All right, yeah, so when this occurs, it means that this particular payload is not applicable for the module you're using. So that just means use another payload. So let's try the first payload we use, which is payload 0, which is the bind Perl payload. Let's try to exploit using this. And as you can see, this port is open on my machine, so I can listen in for connections through this port. All right, so this exploit worked, but the previous one I used didn't. So if you get commands like no session was created, just remember to try a different payload. So with that, we are into the machine. Let's do ls. And you can see that there are several subdirectories. Now, when you go to root me, what you have to do is, again, we're going to have a competition now. So this is important, pay attention. When you successfully enter into the machine, when you successfully exploited it, you'll do ls. This will list all the subdirectories and the files. And here in the root me site, it is written that the validation flag is stored in the file password. What you will do is you can see password right over here. It is a file. To read the contents of file, we do cat and password. this is the password. What you do is you copy it. All right. Then validation, enter password, control V, and then you click on send. So well done, you have compromised the environment. So we have successfully exploited this machine. Now we're going to have the so I'll tell you what to do again. Go to this website. I'll send you the link in the chat box. Please register for this. All right, doesn't take long. An email and a password is what it takes. Room 12. Please join room 12 ASAP. So all of you have registered. This is where you'll be competing. All right, capture the flag, CTF all the day. You scroll down, available rooms, right? You see CTF 12. All right, so I suggest everyone join. Begin. So you guys can try it on your own now. The time's up. So bye guys. See you in the next meeting.